What's going on? It's Mailman Nick. Let some people get in the live. It's a Sunday. It's not as nice as it was last Sunday, but any day when I don't gotta work on a Sunday is a good Sunday. I'm out walking my dog now. Uh, Had a long night last night. Stayed up. Yeah, basically into the. What's going on, MRE? What's going on? How's your Sunday going? Oh, happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day. To all the hardworking mothers out there. A lot of hardworking mothers. My mom was a single mother. She worked 2 jobs. She raised me right to be hardworking and good things will come to you. So that's the real feminist right there, the one that busts her ass for her kids. Just left church. Oh, nice. I haven't been to church in so long. I should. There's a lot of churches on our routes. I should get back to, at least going on Sundays. But that's good. Hopefully your mom has a good Mother's Day as well. Walking my dog. Say hi, Lola. 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 Thanks, Nick. Yeah, no problem. Shout out to Mob Rats Exposed. He's got a good YouTube channel, funny and also informative stuff. Check him out, Mob Rats Exposed. I gotta figure out how to get a live stream where I could pin the comments up so to show them on screen. I'll do more research when I have more time. My post office just got called off for Amazon today because we only got 150 packages. That's never happened before. Yeah, 150 packages, that's just for like one route. That's not that much. But hopefully you enjoy your Mother's Day and enjoy your Sunday off. Cute pup. Oh yeah, she's my little girl. She turned 12 back in April. Gets Streamyards, Nick. Is that like the app that you use, MRE? I'll have to look into it because I'm still not good with this technology stuff. I'm gonna have to do some research on that. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna do some research on that because I see all these other like live streams that they pin comments and all that. They have cool features instead of just on just the regular like standard YouTube. It's easy. I'm not that smart and I can do it. That's good. That's good to know. Good to know. I'm gonna definitely check it out. Streamyards. I gotta remember that. Any tips for the summer? First time carrying the summer, based in California. So California gets way hotter than here in Chicago. So make sure you get a big water jug that keeps the water cold all day. The biggest thing is heat stroke and heat exhaustion. So make sure you bring a wet towel too. That also helps me. Yeah, water jug. Don't be afraid if it gets too hot in those LOVs. They're like little ovens. If it gets too hot, maybe go somewhere where it has air conditioning and chill out for a second. You get 2 10-minute breaks. So if you're feeling too hot, maybe, or even go back to the office if it's close. Take a deep breath and then get back to trucking. But yeah, I don't know what part of California you're in, but I know California gets really hot. So just be prepared with the water. Stay hydrated. That's the biggest thing. Because here it's been getting to the 80s, which isn't too hot, but when you're in the LOV, it feels like 15, 20 degrees hotter than it actually is. So make sure you get your water and stay hydrated. Nick, do we get vacation and sick time as PTF, or do we have to wait for regular? So what's nice about PTF, they say we're glorified CCAs, but we get the career benefits. I get 4 hours of sick leave and 4 hours of annual leave every paycheck. So, and that builds up. If you got the annual leave, you could save it up for a vacation. Once you get to 40 hours, once you get to 40 hours of annual leave, you could start bidding on vacations. We got a lot of open vacations up in September and October, so by that time I should have 40 hours annual. But yeah, 4 hours annual, 4 hours of sick, and that accumulates. So that's one nice thing about being career, because at CCA you just get the annual leave, and if you call off sick, you got to use it and waste it. But if let's say you're sick, you could use that sick leave, so you save the annual for your vacations. Because especially now in the summer too, I would love to get a vacation. I think by July I'll be able to take vacations. I think that's when I'll hit 40. Hey, how was the food drive yesterday? Delivered at an Air Force base yesterday. Not one can collected. Oh, really? The route that I do, there's a lot of like families. You know, you could tell they're good families. So there's a lot of donations I picked up. I had to take 2 trips actually. A lot of canned goods. It made the route longer, but you know, it's for a good cause, because like you'll see when I was delivering, they'll have the bags and I'll try to put them in my satchel, but they were heavy, which I'm like, is a good problem to have. A lot of people were donating like fruit snacks, canned vegetables. I seen actually a lot of good stuff, noodles, pasta. So our food drive was pretty successful. And then you know, halfway during the route, when I'd come back to get my packages, I would make a drop off at the church. We had a church that's right near our post office. So at least on my route, it was pretty successful. I don't know how others their food drive went, or on their routes, if they got a good amount of stuff. But my route was pretty successful, and that's good to see. There's still good people in this world. You must have cool mace. We carry dog mace, and I haven't had to use it yet. I'm very dog friendly. I love dogs, and even there's been dogs that ran up to me, and yeah, there's dogs that ran up to me, but you know, you could tell they don't want to do nothing because they just bark at you. That's you know, that from having a dog, I know how dogs act, and if it wanted to attack me, it would. So I haven't had to use the mace yet. There's dogs that you see, specifically German Shepherds and Pit Bulls. Those are the two main ones that, you know, could cause issues, and I'm very aware of them on the route. There's one German Shepherd on the City 18 that I'm doing, and this thing is very aggressive, and they have like this vinyl fence where it sounds like the German Shepherd is gonna break the fence down. That's how hard it's hitting this fence, and I just know that one day it's gonna, you know, knock it down and get loose. So I'm very aware. I kind of stay quiet when I deliver packages on that house. It's the second to last relay on that route, and I try to stay quiet when I'm out there, or when I'm by that house, because if I slam the mailbox shut, you'll hear it'll hear me right away. So I try to stay. I know which dogs are aggressive and what other dogs are just, you know, they just want to play, get scratched. Good morning from Colorado. Good morning. How's the weather out there in Colorado? Still want to visit there. Me and my brother talk about it. I start orientation tomorrow. Will I go directly into training? So if you start orientation, it's, from what I remember, I think it's like 2 days of like classroom instruction, and then you do the LLV training, and then you do the academy, which is the carrier college, and then you do on-the-job training at your office. So it's all a process, and once you're at your office, it'll be worth the wait. Trust me. But it's easy money, so just enjoy orientation and you'll be good. It's starting to rain a little bit out here, but as long as it just drizzles, not a big deal. My mailman has some big mace. My dog just barked. I'm sure your dogs are pretty nice, MRE. Have they ever tried attacking the mailman at all? Can't get over 40 hours anymore, and going to other stations has been blocked. What do we do? What do you mean blocked? Like your supervisors aren't letting you help out other offices or they don't need help. Because in the situation I'm in now, anytime I get an 8-hour day, I tell my management, hey, could you hit up other offices? Like last week, I helped out Blue Island, Tri City, helped out a few offices, and because once I clock in on their clock, they pay for my overtime now, not the. But then they didn't want me over 60 hours last week, so yesterday, uh, they only well, they ended up giving me 2 hours anyway, but uh, if they see that I'm going to hit 60, they try their best to keep me under 60, which I don't have a problem with working over 60. Obviously, that's more money for me, but they're like, oh, the contract, this and that, and they just want to save money. They don't want to pay me that over 60-hour grievance, which I'm not worried about the over 60. Just as long as I get over 60, I make good money that way. But yeah, keep on them. If it's blocked, maybe talk to the union, see what they could do. Raining, yeah, it's rain. It's drizzling out here right now too. Last Sunday was gorgeous. This Sunday it's drizzling a little bit. It's nothing too bad. My dog's doesn't even notice. He would run up to him but not bite. Okay, that's good. That's the night. I don't know about there's a lot of male people who are at my office who don't like dogs, but I like dogs. I like petting dogs. The route that I'm on now, there's this big dog that charged me, and I didn't know if it was nice or not, and I didn't mace or nothing. I just stood my ground, and it just wanted to be pet. And the owner was like, because there's two other girls who usually carry that route, like the floater and the regular, but she's on having surgery, and the woman was like, or the husband was like, don't let the dog over by the mailman. He's gonna spray it. And the mother was like, no, that's just the females, the women that do that. So I'm very friendly with dogs. I could usually tell if the dog means harm or not. There's been some dogs who come and bark like aggressively, but if they wanted to attack me, they easily could, but they don't. So they're just being territorial, protecting their mom, dad, whatever it is. So yeah, that's good. That no biting. Finally finished my 120 working days. Got to ask for my uniform allowance. Yeah, get on them about it because when I started, it took over a month to get that because that's not on their priority list to get you like $400 to get a uniform. So make sure you're on them about it. Be persistent, and but it's not a big deal if you don't get it right away because you're still able to wear whatever you want basically. If they don't give you the uniform allowance right away, you still could wear your regular clothes. Let's see. If you had a chance to choose rural carrier, would you do so? No, I wouldn't because I just heard they got like a pay cut or whatever. I was talking to one of the rural carriers and she said her route wasn't cut as far as pay, but they don't make as much money as we do. They don't have like the double pay. I like to walk. I like variety. They only drive, so I don't want to be stuck to just driving routes. They usually get more packages because they're in our rural areas, more the nicer neighborhoods. They get a lot more packages. The routes are smaller than ours, but they get more packages than we do. Just overall, I think being on the city side is a lot better on the rural side, and that's just my experience. And we have the opportunity to make more money, and that's what I'm about. I like the benefits over on the city side, so I wouldn't change a thing. I would stay exactly where I'm at. But some people prefer like, hey, I don't like walking, and that's cool. That rural carriers don't walk in my office. They either apartments, businesses, cluster boxes, anything other than walking relays. And walking relays make the time go by quicker, in my opinion. How's the place and the neighbors? Oh, I love it. I love this neighborhood. It's a very safe neighborhood. A lot of nice people. The resale value is going to be good once I go to sell down the line. and it's really close to work. I'm very thankful for, you know, where I'm at right now, and I could easily afford something in not so good area and live like a king, but that's not how that's not what I wanted. I wanted to be in an area where, one, I'm close to work, and two, where, I feel safe at night. I don't gotta, sleep with the piece under my pillow or something like that. It's a very nice area, and I'm very happy. And I have the post office to thank for that, because I wasn't making too good of money being a bouncer in Chicago Heights, or being an MMA fighter. None of that stuff paid as well as, and I didn't even have benefits as a bouncer. So uh, yeah, I'm very thankful for what the post office has been able to provide for me. And we actually had a job fair last week at the office, and it's never been easier to get a, federal job. So if you're thinking about applying, definitely, take advantage of the easy in right now. A pit bull escaped once. I wasn't aware of it, and it ran the back of my legs, and I fell on my back. It just started biting my shoe, though. Oh, that's good, but I'm sorry that happened to you. Yeah, sometimes you got to have your head on a swivel when you're out there, because, some dog could, like, anytime I hear like a chain, or like a collar, or somebody's keys even, like, I'm just like, I keep my head on a swivel just in case. You got to be vigilant and cautious out there, because if you get hurt, most of the time it's going to be your fault. So just be very cautious and prepared. But I'm glad nothing serious happened to you. Thank you for not spraying the dog. Yeah, no, no, I don't like. I'm a dog lover. I love dogs. Dogs are nicer than people. Dogs love you more than they love themselves. So, uh, don't, that shouldn't be your first go-to, because I know some carriers who are a little like mace happy, who would 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 kick a dog or do whatever. But I if a dog, it does attack you, I blame the owner. That's definitely on the owner, because they should puppy proof their house. Uh, if they know they got a big German Shepherd, and they leave the front door open, where it's just the glass, if they leave the front door open where it's just the glass, and the dog like scratches at the door, and uh, hits the door handle and opens the door, that's on the owner. There's some, like, we got dog warnings on the scanner, because some dogs, they're problem dogs, and they still don't learn their lesson, the owners. So I don't blame the dog one bit if it does, like, come near somebody. I blame the owner 110%. Thank you for the response. Yep, that's why I'm here. I try to read all the comments, and answer you guys' questions, and show you guys what it's like to be, you know, a mailman in this environment. Yo, Nick, do you know how to become a T6 floater? I've been interested in doing that. Different route every day sounds kind of good to me, but I don't know if there's any difference in terms of pay. So, you got to bid on a float set. Like, if you're a regular, or if you're a CCA and you just want to, have a hold down on a string. Uh, if you're a regular though, and you want a float set, definitely, like, keep your eye out, and once one goes up for bid on it. They do get a little bit more pay. I'm not exactly sure the amount, but they do get a little bump in pay for being a floater. But it is nice mixing up every day. I've actually, now that I've learned a lot of these routes, I've learned a lot of, I don't need my phone really anymore. I know my town. I know the hills. I know these routes. So now I'm just in the mindset that I want to do something different instead of doing the same thing every day. It gets monotonous and boring. I'd like to mix it up. Like, they the floater bumped me off City 18, my hold down, because it was a regular's day off, and I ended up doing City 33, and it was nice because I was doing something different. I was seeing new customers, I was seeing new dogs, I was seeing new scenery. So it definitely mixes things up, and just keep your eye out for a float set, man. And it's that's something I would want to do. More pay, and doing something different every day, which would be nice, which would be very nice. Another thing that sucks is the constant breathing LLV fumes as an RCA. Yeah, being in the LLV all day, you feel like you're boxed up. It's not something, a little bit of mounted is good, like curbside delivery like, if a route has like 2 hours of mounted and 4 hours of walking, I think that's like the perfect balance, because too much driving, you'll get stiff, get hot in the oven, especially now it's getting hotter, and those little fans don't do nothing but blow hot air. So uh, it's nice to have a balance. Yes, definitely. I love dogs more than people. Yeah, exactly. I love dogs. They are my ever since when I was younger, actually, I didn't like dogs too much because, I had my Aunt Carol's dog bit me before, and my Aunt Niecy's dog, always acted crazy, and I always had like an anxiety around dogs. But my junior year of high school, me and my brother got Lola, and she's totally, changed our perspective on dogs, and now I love dogs. I always try to pet dogs on my route, and people are surprised by it because, uh, a lot of mail carriers don't like dogs, but I always go up and pet them and things like that. I don't bring treats because, you don't want the dog to get into a habit, and if they see another mail carrier, they think they got treats, and you don't want to give them that habit. But uh, I always go up and pet them. That makes my day, seeing some dogs. Like, I know more dog names than people names on the route, like Chewy, Rocky, Gordy. I know Emmy. I know so many dog names on the routes. Hi Nick, I become career on May 20th, but on Friday my career benefits book arrived. My question is, do the match in the TSP? Is it in light blue or is it in book and forms to send? No, the benefits are all online. Light blue. The TSP is on light blue. Health benefits, postalese, I believe, and then the vision and dental is on FedBenz, or it's a different website. I would ask your carriers. I forgot exactly which one it was, but I had to go on a different federal benefit website to get dental and vision. But it's definitely worth it. The vision's only like $6 every 2 weeks, and it paid for these glasses. It's very good benefits. But yeah, it's all online. You'll get a book and stuff because there's different plans to choose from. Like, some people, if they don't go to the doctor a lot, they get, certain insurance. But I wanted to get the good insurance, so I asked other carriers what. Some get the union insurance. There's a NALC union insurance that I heard is pretty decent. But I got the Blue Cross Blue Shield insurance, all online. Thank you for the information. To those to those of you in the chat about to start, keep two things in mind. One, be like water. Things are gonna go wrong and change, but if you're like water, nothing can break you. Yeah, 100%. That's really good advice. Don't let things get to you. Don't let some people quit right away, but you got to give yourself a little bit of time to get in the groove and learn learn the job. A lot of people told me, like, I see comments that, oh, I quit after a week, and you can't really give yourself a little bit of time to see if you actually like the job, because if you're doing something new, you're not going to be good at it right away. Anything I do new, I'm not good at it right away. When I started, I was messing up, misdelivering, forgetting packages. It's just, that's making mistakes is the best teacher, because you learn from them. If you make a bad mistake, oh, I missed a package, you'll learn not to do that the next time. Or even if you do, like, I still made a lot of mistakes in my first month or two. I still make mistakes. It's part of the job, and give yourself some time to learn, and don't take it personally that you make mistakes. Still roll it all. Uh, Sometimes I'm actually thinking about, because I hung up my heavy bag in my garage. I want to get some wrestling mats so me and my buddy could still train jiu-jitsu and grappling. But I don't fight anymore. I don't. my cage days are over. I couldn't do my last fight was kickboxing. I don't think I could do that again. Like I couldn't do the kicks. My knees, you start feeling it in your knees. But I might, who knows? I might compete in jiu-jitsu again. I love to grapple. I love to, learn self-defense and stuff. Makes you feel good, uh, staying in shape and stuff. So, uh, yeah, I don't roll as much as I'd like, but I try to get it in when I can. Daniel, your conversion was likely backdated. God gave us twice as many ears as He did mouths, so that way we could listen twice as much as we talk, pay attention to detail, and ask writers for help. Very great advice. Very great advice. Yeah, a lot of people listen in the intent to reply instead of listening to understand. So, yeah, definitely ask a lot of questions and don't take anything personally. Don't be so hard on yourself. Uh, I was when I first started. I was very hard on myself. I remember I brought back mail and I was pissed because I'm like, why am I not getting this? Why am I not getting this? But uh, you start to learn how the routes go. You start to learn the job. You start to gain. You get speed. You get a momentum, and things will get easier. It just comes with time. Also, you will automatically be enrolled in TSP at 5%, therefore get the full match. Yeah, definitely, keep that full match of the TSP. I already, like, I've been doing it for almost half a year, and you could see how much they take out and stuff. So uh, the retirement is really good, and not a lot of places have that. So, very, very thankful for that. You could also add more if you want, but I think you only get the 5% for the full match. After that, they don't match yet. All of my regulars hide their breakdown. What's your thoughts on that? What do you mean hide their breakdown? Why would they hide it? You would think they would want to give it to whoever's doing the route so they don't mess it up. That sounds weird. What do you mean by hide their breakdown? Breakdown of the route probably is my guess, Tom. Uh, yeah, that's weird. Were you able to set up your light blue prior to orientation? Uh, were you able to set up your light blue prior to orientation? I still haven't gotten a temporary password. No, I got all my light blue stuff at orientation. I got my light blue stuff at orientation. My password, picture for the ID, and all that stuff. That's what orientation is for, to get all that stuff ready. Um, I think now they're doing direct deposit again because my brother, he didn't have direct deposit for the longest time. He had to come pick up his checks on Fridays, but now he I guess they allow it again or whatever. There was like a hold on direct deposit or something stupid. So now he was able to do the net to bank direct deposit, so which is good. Um, Always help the new CCAs. Some of them are too timid to ask for help. Yeah, I've noticed that too. That some of the CCAs don't like asking for help, and or if they do help, they're like, "Oh, I don't mean to bother you." Like, yeah, bother me. Like, that I'm here to help. I've been in your shoes before. Uh, I'll usually get a few texts from CCAs, and I'll just call them like, "Hey, they have a question about a route," and it just makes everybody's lives easier. So they you've been in their shoes before, so don't be afraid to help the other CCAs because they're still learning. Yes, pay is different for T6. Yeah, if you're a floater, you get higher pay, which is nice, and you get to do something different every day, and instead of doing the same thing. They don't have any breakdowns like how long of it. Oh, like how long the route is and how long each relay takes, like the pivot sheet. It's fun being on different routes, but I'm stuck between owning my own route besides being a T6. Yeah, some people like the consistency of doing the same thing every day. I used to be that way before I learned other routes, and I was doing a lot of bad routes, and then I started learning some good routes, and now I want to do some of those good routes because I was killing myself on these these Stairmaster routes, the all walking routes. So once you start doing some good routes, you're like, oh, maybe I want to do different routes, do good routes, and routes and like the route I did when I got bumped off my hold down this week. It does like a popular stretch of like bars and restaurants and being like delivering over there when it's like sunny and everybody's out and about over there. It's kind of cool. Get to talk with people, and you know it's it's fun being compared to like being on a side street where nobody's out. PSE here, part time, 125. Work full time as a custodian at WSU. Better to have sleep deprivation than money deprivation. Appreciate your patience. Oh yeah, 100%. Don't want to be stressing about money. When I was younger, I didn't have much money, and it was the most stressful thing. I'd rather work myself to death than be broke and not like, oh, I gotta, not eat tonight or whatever like that. I will never go back to that. Never. Yes, the route, they don't have breakdown of the route, how long certain tabs are, etc. Yeah, I don't know why carriers would do that. That doesn't make any sense. You would think they would want the person not doing their route when they're not there to know. It doesn't make any sense. Only 150 packages for Amazon. Wow. Yeah, 150 packages for the whole office. That's nothing. Thanks, Nick, for your channel. I start USPS as a CCA at the end of the month. How can I check on the availability of hours at my city office? Uh, the only way really is to ask the carriers how the situation is if people show up to work. Uh, I didn't know the situation in my office. I kind of knew because they had me going to another office, and then originally, and then they had me. They're like, "Hey, you're going to this office instead," and I'm like, "Okay, this office probably is hurting and needs help." So, um, depending on if people show up, if people are sick, people are injured, people are out, uh, it all depends. That's depends on the hours. Like the office that I helped out last week, they uh they only have 14 routes, which is like nothing, and they're down 6 routes, so that's like half their office. So they constantly have overtime. So the supervisor who used to be our rural supervisor, she's like, anytime you got an 8-hour day, anytime you can come help, let me know. So, uh, that's some offices are just hurting more than others, and smaller offices might actually be worse because they don't got as much help as a bigger office. If they're down 3-4 routes, that's 4 times 6, 24. That's 24 hours they got to cover. That's a lot. So uh, it just depends on certain factors, if people show up and things like that. What's the deal with them running Amazon Sundays in one specific location? I'm a regular now, but my buddies tell me it's awful. Yeah, they started doing that just before I turned career, and I stopped doing Sundays. What I was told, they said that Lola, they said the reason for that is the Amazon trucks, or the trucks that deliver the packages, they go to one location, so they don't gotta waste gas going to other locations and stuff. That was what I was told. I guess they're trying to save money that way. Oh, come on, Lola. Yeah, I guess they're trying to save money by, uh, just going to one location instead of each truck, different trucks going to different locations and stuff. That's what I was told. But yeah, my brother, we only send our ARCs. I think the I think the office that we're sending our ARCs to, they're mad that we don't send them more help, but we just got 3 or 4 ARCs being over there. Our CCAs don't work on Sundays no more, and PTFs don't work Sundays no more. Hey Nick, finally caught one of your live streams. Hope you're enjoying Sunday. Oh, what's going on? I saw your comment the other day. But thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you guys' support. That's what keeps me doing content and stuff, seeing all the support and the positivity. What's going on? I work for UPS, but we do the same grind. Keep up the content, brother. I appreciate that. I've talked to a few UPS guys on the route. They, they make good money too. I think they top out after 4 years, I think, and yeah, they seem to be very happy. They got similar insurance as we do. They got pension and good benefits and good hourly pay. So, uh, that's shout out to UPS workers. You should make a UPS channel. I don't see too many UPS content. That's another good. If you can't make it with the post office, that's another good alternative. That's where I would try to go to if something happened with here. God forbid if anything happened here, I'd go there in a second. It's part of the Joy plan to consolidate offices. Eventually, everybody moved to big SMDC. Yeah, that's what I heard, that they're trying to have like one big office where they all work out of, which I don't like. I didn't like when I was working on Sundays. When I was working on Sundays, they had me report all the way to an office 30 minutes away, take their LOVs, drive 30 minutes all the way back, deliver packages, and drive 30 minutes. It was just easy money, like an hour of travel time just there and back. But I guess they know better than the carriers. I wish they would ask the carriers what to do. I think we would know what works best and what's most efficient and stuff. That makes sense, but damn, I get that, Fernando. But still, he says he runs 250 packages. I'm glad I converted right before they enlisted that. Yeah, 250 packages. That's a long day, unless they're very close together packages. But that's a little rough. But Amazon is what makes our money. Like, it's been light mail recently. At my office, the mail has been pretty light, except on the food drive. The food drive yesterday is what made it halfway. Because I need something. I need like to be constantly like my mind stimulated, and luckily with that food drive, it helped the time go by quicker. But mail's been super light. Add paper day helps the day go by faster, but if it's just mail, no third bundle, it's gonna be a long day. Those days when it's light mail, those days are the worst because the days go by so slow. Thanks for all your information and the support. I've been watching your videos since I started CCA, and in 1 year and 6 months I'm already a career. That's awesome, Daniel. That's awesome. And thank you for the support, guys. I appreciate everybody who supports my channel. I'm almost at 5,000 subs. I should get it by the end of the year. I really appreciate all the support, guys. And gives me something to do too. Wake up on Sunday. I had a long night last night and able to recoup, go on the live stream, answer your guys' questions, walk my dog. She's been I don't get a chance to walk her much. My brother usually watches her when I'm at work, so able to spend time with her, and it was stopped raining, so that's good. I appreciate the support. How late can carriers be delivering mail at the USPS? Um, so technically, we're supposed to be. They don't like us on the street after 8 p.m. or 8:30. They don't like us off the street, or they don't want us on the street. But certain instances where like stuff's got to be done, like during peak season, I'd work 15-hour days where I'd be out in the street until like 10 o'clock, and that's just because there's so much mail. I remember one day specifically where, I did the package run, I did a route, I did my extra, and then I had to go help on the rural side, do like half of another route. So it was a long day, and it was some offices are different than others. Like some offices, like nope, the cutoff time is 7:30 or whatever. But you know, in my office, it's kind of we got to get the mail delivered, and sometimes the mail is so heavy, or sometimes it's a holiday, or the day after a holiday, or it's peak season. It just depends, and you know, some offices are just very strict about it, and some other offices kind of flirt with, oh, okay, 8:30 or because we got to get the mail delivered. That's the most important thing. Um, what do you do if a customer doesn't have a mailbox? Leave it at the door? No, if they don't have a mailbox, you rubber band it, bring it back. No mail receptacle. They some like the route that I was doing at the other office, because I didn't know that route. Obviously, I was carrying it, and I was like looking forever for the mailbox. I'm like, I'm pretty good at like spotting mailboxes, but I had a few times in Blue Island where I'm like, where's their mailbox at? And sometimes I'll have a tub on the floor that says mail, because some of them were like, it was a walking relay, or it was a walking route, and it was like duplexes where there was like two units and it looked like a house. So I'm like, where's the mailbox? And it would be inside, or if they don't have a mailbox, bring it back. But definitely make sure you uh, if you're doing somebody else's route, let them know like, hey, I couldn't find this mailbox. Did they have it hidden somewhere, or are they picking it up? Because there's certain specific circumstances, like on our Route 27, the route that has the door slot where the dog bit me on the finger. Uh, he's like, oh no, you bring their mail back, like, because they only have the door slot on the door, or the mail slot on the door, so they you know the regular brings their mail back because he doesn't deliver it anymore, because obviously the dog bites whoever fingers go in there, so he brings that stuff back. So there's certain instances where if like, or there's been times where a mailbox got like knocked over, ran into, driven into, and now they just don't have a mailbox at the moment, so they pick it up at the office. How we doing? They bring the mail back to the office because they don't have they don't have a mailbox at the moment, but they plan on getting one. Uh, so yeah, just bring the mail back. Yeah, we have to travel to another larger office a couple of cities away now for Sundays and use their trucks. That office is known for lots of no-call, no-shows too. I'm not a fan. Yeah, a lot of those bigger offices, they a lot of people don't show up because they know other people aren't going to show up, so they're like, oh, this day is going to be bad anyway, let me just call off. And if everybody showed up, there would be no overtime. That's where overtime comes from. People not showing up, or people injured, people out. If everybody showed up and did their job, man, there would be no money to go around. So uh, that's one positive. Like, I have a love-hate relationship with the lazy carriers. They made me a lot of money, so can't really hate on that too much. Let's see. You missed my question. What was your question, Jeff? Uh, oh, my bad. Does training encompass weekends, or is it just weekdays until you start at your station? Oh, so my orientation is about 20 miles away. Will all my training be at that location? Yeah, that usually, I'm not sure in your area, but usually they do all the training, except the academy. Like in Chicago, where I was, they had orientation and LV training all at the same location, but then they had academy at another location. Um, Training, I don't think training had, I don't think on the weekend. I think we had academy on a Saturday. I think, I'm not 100% sure, but make sure you clear your schedule, weekends and all. Make sure you clear your schedule because they basically work every day. But yeah, sorry about missing your question. I was scrolling. I must have missed that. Obviously, I missed that. At my station, there's a CCA that complains a lot. When she gets more than 2 cards, she complains to the manager about it. While everyone has at least 2 to 3, she signed up for this job and she's complained. Yeah, I don't understand why. People say they could do the job, they could lift 75 pounds, they could do the job, but then they complain like, oh, that's a man route, or like, I'm like, then why are you here? But again, they if somebody like that, calls off or something, that's more money for you. So, um, those type of carriers give you more money in the end. But yeah, I don't like complaining. I don't know, like, it's the job. Why are you complaining? It is what it is. She mostly complains on Amazon Sundays mostly. Yeah, most people don't like Amazon Sundays because rather be at home on Sundays, and because Sundays seems like a day off. I treat it like a day off because it just feels almost pointless delivering packages. It's like just too easy of money. Uh, but yeah, people are gonna complain. I don't concern myself with other people and what they're doing. I'm just focused on my money, and I'm there to do me. I got my own goals and stuff that I'm focused on, and I'm not too concerned about other people. I'm like, hey, give me some overtime, give me some money. If I can't get in my office, let me go to another office, let me get it. And I got a budget for a new floor. I got stuff, I got goals and stuff. So I'm not too concerned with other people. I want to just get my money and do my thing. Any news on the new health plans in 3025 or 2025? No, I haven't seen any yet. I haven't seen any new news about new health plans. Have you seen anything new about Richie? Because I haven't. Where are my 204Bs at? It's funny. Like all the 204Bs I know are actually pretty nice. It's just a joke. But yeah, that I'm pretty sure the carrier who she's a regular at my office, but she's been 204 being at another office, and she's been hooking it up with if they're down routes, she'll let me know, and I'll let her know like, hey, I got an 8-hour day today, and so she could put in a good word for my manager and let her postmaster know like, hey, I got Nick. He's a grinder. He'll come in, work, and he wants the money. So it's nice to build connections like that. That's why I have so many like planted seeds in other offices that they know who I am, they know what I'm about, and they know I want the money. So it's good to have those connections because you could always, you know, they could put in a good word for you when they're asking for you. Like, hey, is Nick available? Has he got an 8-hour day? Could he come? Could he come through? So it's a good thing to build some connections. You carry a cooler in your LLV. Jeff, I carry a lunchbox, which it does a really good job of keeping my food cold. Uh, I meal prep, so I don't really heat stuff up on the route, like no microwave or nothing. But when I put my stuff in there, it keeps it the right temperature. I carry a big water jug. I fill it up, put a bunch of ice in it. Especially now, it's going to be getting a lot hotter. Um, I carry a water jug, a lunchbox, and just some stuff on my person like pens. Pens are super important because you're always writing stuff. I There's not one day where I haven't used my pen. Um, and yeah, I wish we were able to carry other stuff too, but yeah, I try to meal prep when I can because uh, when you're on the route, the temptation to get there's a place called Fat Ricky's. They got some greasy pizza, which I love, and it's so tempting to go get some pizza and spend money and eat like crap, but gotta stay consistent. And I'll usually cook like 2 or 3 lunches at a time that I'll put in the fridge and then just pack in my lunchbox when I go to work. So try to stay on that healthy plan to keep my energy levels high. How many hours are you guaranteed as a CCA? So you're gonna get a lot of hours. For the most part, you're gonna get a lot of hours. I don't remember if there's a guarantee on CCA. I know PTFs you get a 4-hour guarantee. If regulars get the 8-hour guarantee. PTFs get 4. I don't think. Oh, two cute dogs playing over there. But yeah, I don't think CCAs are guaranteed hours, unfortunately. But as a CCA, you are the cheaper help. You're the cheaper labor, so you're gonna get a lot of overtime if the overtime is there. So uh, when you start the job, just be prepared. Hey, I'm gonna be working a lot. Clear your schedule. That's kind of what I did. I'm like, I know I'm gonna be working a lot, so I'm gonna clear my schedule and when I got hired during the peak, it was the peak of COVID. Basically, I got hired, and it was hours were just crazy. It was like 4 hour pieces after you're out. It was a lot of work. But here, I think it's kind of died down a little bit. I don't know how it is in your area, but just be prepared to work as many hours as possible. Because yeah, once you're a PTF, you get like that 4 hour guarantee. Once you're regular, you get 8 hour guarantee or 40 hours. So that's good. Are you getting certified mail in your DPS? Yeah, we're getting. I heard we're supposed to bring it back. The not deliver. We're supposed to bring it back. That's what my supervisor told me. Most of our certified mail comes in our DPS now. It sucks getting one in the middle of a parking loop and not having it 3849. I mean, yeah, Fernando. My supervisor told me we're supposed to bring it back apparently. So that's what I've been doing. Um, but yeah, it does get. I'm like, dang, it gets confused or it gets frustrating when you're in the middle of a relay and you see certified. I'm like, because I checked my accountable rack and I'm like, where are my certifieds? I haven't had it certified in like a week or two. And but yeah, that apparently they're starting getting sent through the DPS. I'm not sure why. What up, Nick? Nice to see they gave you a day off. What's going on, Brian? What's going on, Brian? Yeah, they give me Sundays off permanently now, which is a great thing. I could prepare for life on Sundays. Saturday nights, I do my grocery shopping. I went out last night. I didn't get home till 3 in the morning. Woke up, made my breakfast. Now I'm walking my dog. So it's a beautiful thing knowing I got Sundays off. Hopefully you have a good Sunday too, Brian. All our certifieds comes in DPS now also, but we were told to deliver as usual, including scan. It sucks so because you don't know about it ahead of time, and now it could hurt your time. Yeah, 100%. What helps the job get quicker and finish the route quicker is setting yourself up for success in the office, and you get variables like that, and it affects your time for sure. I'm 31, might do this. Yeah, that why not? See what 31 is still prime age. You definitely try it out, see what happens. It couldn't hurt. Um, and yeah, definitely. 31 is definitely we have we have an RCA that's it's got to be like close to 60. So definitely can do this if you have the right mindset. It's mostly a mindset thing. Mostly a mindset because it is physical obviously, but if you have the right mindset, you definitely could you know conquer it for sure. I'm 59 and giving it a shot. That's awesome, Jeff. I like that. I like that mindset. 59, you're going out there and killing it for sure. Let me know how you do. I'm gonna try to make these Sunday lives a regular thing because I know I'm gonna have Sundays off. Answer you guys' questions, give you guys an update on what I've been doing, and it gives me a quick way to. Because sometimes on my Instagram DMs, like I will, I'm not always on my phone, and this gives you a easier way to, and it gives me an easier way to explain things too. Like there's only so much you could say in a message and interpret it. So hearing me say it could have a whole different meaning on the advice. It's not as bad as people make it out to be. It's really not. When you first start, it gets a little crazy, but once you get settled in, it's really just robotic. It's just putting mail in the mailbox. That's really all it is. It is physical. My knees hurt. Long days, uh, long hours, but the job's really not that bad. You just gotta know what you're doing and learn your routes, learn your office, know what carriers are toxic, what don't get involved in the high school BS, and you'll be good and have a good career, good benefits, and all that good stuff. Anyone in California do this? What is the ballpark salary range? So the money it all depends on how much hours you work. My first year I made I think 60, I think it was like 69 or something. No, it was in 11 months. I think I made 62,000 in my first year in 11 months. Last year I made 76, 77, something around there, thousand. Uh, this year I'm on pace to hit 80,000. So it all depends on the hours you work. I maximize my hours. If I was just content and comfortable, I'd probably only hit like 65, 70, but I always try to, get as many hours as I can. I try to get out here and get it. So it all depends on how much hours you work. The more hours you work, obviously, the more money you're going to make. Try to get show them you're a worker. And if the more routes you learn, the more versatile you get, the more, the more they'll likely use you. Oh, Nick could do roll routes. He could do this. He could do that. That's more opportunities to make money. So being more versatile will help you. Thanks for the info and vote of confidence. Much appreciated. Yeah, that's what I'm here for. A lot of people don't have that positive voice in their ear. A lot of it's just negative, especially online, social media, YouTube. There's some people who just go on the internet to complain. And it's mostly the carriers who didn't do nothing. Talk to the carriers who are out here getting it. They're going to tell you this job is what you make of it. So talk to carriers like me. Talk to carriers who actually out here being successful, getting it. I came in at 35, almost at my 1 year mark in July. You are not too old if you have the drive and work ethic. 100%. If you just come to work hard, and show up. Showing up is really, you'll set yourself apart if you just show up and don't call off. You'll be good, trust me. Anywhere from 36K up to 100K, depending on how understaffed your office is. Yeah, there was a CCA who told me he made over 100K, but he was working ridiculous hours. Ridiculous hours. So, but there's some people who message me saying they only get 3 days a week. It all depends on your office. Like maybe in the smaller towns that have like 2 routes, they don't work as much. But if you're in like I'm in the Chicagoland area, most offices are hurting out here. So there's plenty of opportunities for me to make money. Yeah, they're capping me out at 60 hours, but I'm very thankful my management's letting me bounce around to different offices. That I'm very thankful for that. Damn, 80K and benefits too. Now I'm really gonna consider. Yeah, obviously you got to put in the work to get that, but this job, there's a reason why I make these videos. This job paid for my condo in a nice area. This job gives me really good benefits. I don't got to worry about the doctor. I don't got to worry about the dentist. My glasses. I retirement. I got a pension. I got 401k. People just don't want to put in the work. They really don't want to put in. A lot of people are lazy. They think everything should be handed to them. No, you got to put in the work to get things in life. This new generation is just screwing up people's minds that they got to just sit and things will come to you. No, you got to get out there and get it. Like, you know what I mean? So do exactly what the supervisor says and you'll make the most money possible. Yeah, 100%. Just if they ask you if you want to go out, because sometimes like, you're not crossing crafts, like you want to do the roll side, if they be like, yeah, I'll do the roll side. If you have any roll routes down, I can go over there and let me go make some money. So you can make good money if you just become versatile and never say no, and just get out there and work, honestly. How do you deal with the lazy carriers that don't do any route maintenance and constantly get put on these routes? I feel bad for the customers. It is really sad. People don't respect, they carry themselves with no self-respect and no pride in their work. And they don't see that people are getting the back end of that. Like there's customers who, one guy was complaining on the route that I was doing over in the other office. He was like, the carrier never puts my mail all the way through. It hangs out, and then if it rains, the mail gets wet and things like that. So it's just take a little bit of pride in your work, and it's hard to control other people. But just focus on what you got to do and being the best you could be, because a lot of people have a negative opinion on the post office because there are some lazy carriers, but you got to show them that, like, hey, there's still some people with integrity on this job. do things the right way and change their opinion on that. Say, hey, listen, I'm a good carrier. I don't know what other carriers you've dealt with, but me, I'm a good carrier. I take pride in what I do. I'm really good at what I do, so you're always going to get the best service from me, and best believe that. What's up, Nick? Can you explain FMALA? I don't really know too much about it. I just know carriers who, some they get qualified, or they like if they get sick, or if they get like leave. I'm not 100% sure about it, but I sat through a few pre-Ds where they've been asked if FMLA covers their absence, but I didn't do too much research on it. I should. That'd be a good video idea. Do you guys do vehicle inspections before leaving? Yes, every morning. Every morning before we even touch a piece of mail, we get our vehicle keys and we check our LLVs, ProMaster. I have a ProMaster right now. You check your vehicle. You make sure it's running properly, especially in the winter time, because some of those don't start in the cold. Make sure your vehicle starts. Make sure there's no damage or anything like that, flat tires, because uh, you could be using a different LLV the next day, and then that LLV has like a flat tire, and you don't want to be blamed for that. So right away, hey, flat tire, write it up. Uh, the ProMaster, luckily, it says like it'll say like oil change needed, and so I'll write that up. Um, but yeah, make sure you always do your vehicle check, right? Like make sure you check everything, because you don't want to get in trouble for that stuff. I think a lot of the negativity at the post office comes from the lack of self-respect or pride of the job. One of the low-key, most rewarding aspects is pride of the job. What we do is important. It really is. We deliver a lot of people's medicine. When I was on 31, I had a senior building. I was delivering a bunch of like veterans, older veterans, medicines and things like that. It's important. They got to get their stuff on time. We have a very important job, and there's stuff that's not important, like Amazon packages and stuff, but uh, you know, it's not as important, I should say. But you know, we want to give people their stuff on time, and we don't want to give a negative. We don't want to give people negative opinions about the post office. Make sure you leave that good impression. My mom's calling me. She's gonna be coming over for Mother's Day dinner, so I'm gonna end the live stream here. I'll be back in a second. Let me answer. Let me read these real quick. I want to transfer, but still a CCA. When is the best time to transfer? Become a regular or PTF? When you become a PTF, you could transfer after 18 months, and both postmasters have to agree. So, put in your time, put in your year and a half, and then look for other offices. Michael, love my job at AMC JFK as a clerk. Hardest part is getting to work. Retired at 55 and loving my pension. It's a great job. Yeah, having a pension definitely sets yourself up for success when you get older. But that's good. You're in a good spot, Richie. FMLA is protected leave, not additional leave, for family issues regarding a medical issue, cancer treatment, pregnancy, elderly care. It is something you have to apply for and get approved. Thanks, Brian. You're very knowledgeable. Uh, yeah, I knew it was something to that effect. I just couldn't articulate it. But yeah, I appreciate that, Ryan. Or Brian, sorry. CCA is the best time to transfer. Pick a station, ask if you can be traded for one of their carriers. Yeah, you could do a mutual swap too. You have to work a 1250 hours to qualify for MFLA. Oh, okay. Yeah, very good information. Very good information. Thank you, sir. Yeah, thank you. And thank you guys all for watching. Catch the next live stream next Sunday. Thank you all for watching. Please like this video, share it, send it to carriers get the content out there. So thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.